From Cleveland, Tennessee and Lee University, the Southern State Showcase is just around the corner. I am John Nelson alongside Nicole Morocco. We've got a lot of places to go in a short time to get there.
Yes, we're going to head over to Truett McConnell. We're also heading to Southern Wesleyan to meet the new head softball coach. And we've got a lot to see around Lee University. The Southern State Showcase starts right now.
The Southern State Showcase on Sports South is brought to you by Musco Lighting, Mississippi Gulf Coast, One Path Systems, and National Management Resources.
From Lee University in Cleveland, Tennessee, welcome to the first show of the spring semester, the Southern State Showcase. John Nelson here, Nicole Morocco alongside. And Nicole, our first story this week, you got to head over to Truett McConnell for a great story.
Yes, I did. I got to sit down with senior golfer Tabitha Orr, some of her teammates and her coaches. She's simply known as Tab up at Truett McConnell. And she has been through a lot this past year. Some family tragedies have occurred. But through it all, with her family, friends, and of course her faith, she's been able to persevere through some tough times.
Christmas 2010. Christmas, it was, a normal day, and we get home around like 4:15, 4:30, and my dad was there, and he was suicidal, and he went to the bedroom and picked up a .270 deer rifle.
Tabitha Orr has been through more than most people her age could even dream of. That Christmas morning, she wrestled the gun away from her father, but unfortunately, the gun went off and shot her pregnant sister in the arm.
And by the time it hit her in the forearm, it exploded. And so when it exploded, there's no piece left on her arm, but the little bone was left. And so needless to say, they had to amputate it.
Luckily, the gunshot wound did not affect Tabitha's sister's pregnancy, as she delivered a healthy baby boy, Dalton Lee Thomas, 2 months after the accident. With the help of her faith, family, and friends, Tabitha was able to persevere and move forward with her life.
Tabitha was able to go through this whole crisis with her family in a way that revealed what was at the very depth of her being, which was her faith in God. She had good days, she had horrible days, but the thing that I most appreciated about Tabitha was that she never withdrew. She surrounded herself with people that she knew cared about her. Her teammates were there for her. She just decided, I'm going to live one day at a time, which even older adults struggle with living one day at a time. And so many times we withdraw when things get hard or difficult, or we don't want people to know. Tabitha was not that way, and I think that was very healthy for her to share with us and let us just be a friend to her.
I was blown away by Tab during that time, because if that was me, I know I could have never done what she did. I mean, managing, her sister, like going through all that, that's her best friend and her sister and her family just going through all that at one time. It was, when I heard about it, I was just horrified, because I knew how close their family are, and Tab's just such a family person. So it was really, really hard on her, and she's, like I said, she's the type of person that wants to be there for you no matter what you're going through. So of course she's wanting to be with her family during this time, but then she's got school and golf and everything on this side, so it was really hard for her to keep it all balanced. But how she did it, I don't know, but it was just amazing to see.
Her strength was just phenomenal. Like, if that were to happen to me, I don't think that I would have probably just put everything, schoolwork, golf, and everything aside, and she didn't. She continued to do everything to her fullest potential. So
she has and still continues to move on with her life. She's been able to grow as a person and find the silver lining amongst an awful family tragedy.
I'm a lot stronger than I thought I was. But most of I wouldn't have got through the accident and all this stuff coming up, because let me tell you, it is you don't know like how it would be like, you know, how much more am I going to take? I want to help counsel traumatic events like within the children, just because, I mean, I can relate to that. And so there's not enough counselors out there that really do care.
And Tabitha is truly a caring person. Her teammates and coach can attest to the type of young lady she is.
3 words to describe Tabitha would be funny, caring, and responsible.
Friendly, passionate, and outgoing.
Persistent, kind, and humorous.
Faithful, committed, funny.
And those were just a few of the words to describe the incredible person Tabitha Orr has become.
Nicely done, Nicole, for our first story this week. First impressions of Truett McConnell.
Oh, it was great. I had an awesome time. Her teammates, Tabitha, her coach, everybody was just great. And as you saw in the feature, they mentioned she's funny. And as we were sitting down and talking, she had me laughing quite a few times. So she's definitely a funny girl. But all in all, it was a great experience.
All right, you'll be seeing Nicole throughout the spring semester here on the schools of the Southern States Athletic Conference. That is it for the A block. We come back for the B. Our next stop is Southern Wesleyan. We catch up with softball when the Southern State Showcase continues after this.
On the Mississippi Gulf Coast, the fish are still biting. Our casinos are as exciting as ever, with 24-hour gaming and top-name entertainment. Our golf courses are open for play, and our seafood is as fresh as ever. There's plenty of fun for you and your family, and we welcome you with open arms. The Mississippi Gulf Coast, open for business, open for you. Book your visit today.
From Little League to the big leagues, Musco specializes in sports lighting around the world. Musco's light structure green sports lighting cuts operating costs in half with less energy use, cuts spill light by half, provides guaranteed constant light levels, and includes a 25-year warranty. For your budget, for the environment, Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Get in the game at playnaia.org.
How do students decide which college or university to attend? Of course, it's based on your reputation, but their first impression of your campus is so important. How do you make that first impression count? By making sure every detail is attended to, with manicured grounds, immaculate maintained buildings, and a welcoming feeling throughout campus. National Management Resources Corporation provides exceptional facilities management services. We make sure that first impression is picture perfect.
The number 1 can make or break a great game. 1 hit.
And it's going back. It is out of here.
1 goal. 1 shot. 1 second. When it comes to technology solutions, excellence is defined by 1. 1 Path, competitively connected. 1 Path is proud to be the sponsor of excellence for the Southern States Athletic Conference.
If you're a fan of the Southern States Athletic Conference, then bookmark SSACsports.com. Visit daily for the latest results, news, standings, and webcasts. Follow your favorite teams and conference at SSACsports.com.
Welcome back. B Block now in the Southern State Showcase, coming to you from Kurtzinger Plaza here on the Lee University campus. And Nicole, 1 story down, next story up, it's softball in Southern Wesleyan.
Yes, it is. And Anna Ball was a standout softball player at Notre Dame College, and she actually holds the record in the NAIA for career batting average and ranks 2nd on that list with doubles. And now she has been hired as the Southern Wesleyan head softball coach. And our very own John Wilkerson has the story on her transition from player to coach.
When Chris Williams, Director of Athletics at Southern Wesleyan University, interviewed Anna Ball for the vacant head coaching position for the Warriors softball team, he was impressed.
The character part, who she is, what she stands for. Christ is her foundation. And so that's been important to me to be able to see that and now to hopefully help cultivate that in her as a coach here at Southern Wesleyan on our staff.
Ball's resume includes a stellar playing career at Notre Dame College. Her 87 doubles is second best in the NAIA, but Anna's .516 batting average and .862 slugging percentage tops the charts all time.
I loved playing at Notre Dame. I loved every aspect of college softball, and I think that any coach that was a collegiate athlete will tell you that it's a little painful every day you go out and see your team play and not be able to do it. But I was the type of player that I felt like I had to beat myself and beat everybody every day. Not necessarily beat everybody, but win a spot every day. In the preseason, in the off season, during season, I was working my butt off.
It was that strong work ethic that stood out with her new boss.
One of the things I really loved about Anna when we went through the interview process with her was really her willingness to talk about not necessarily her accolades, which she has many, especially in the hitting. She didn't really talk about that, but she more talked about how she built herself through work ethic. And in today's world, that's something that we all are looking for in an employee. Somebody who's willing to come in and just work and not have to have a lot of guidance. And she's somebody that I can give a little bit to, and she's going to go out and just work and work and work.
Being young and everything, she understands our jokes. She understands like how we have fun, and that she had the same fun whenever she was in college and everything. And of course, being an NAIA record holder, she it just increases her credibility. And we actually listen to what she says and know that she knows what she's talking about.
You can tell her desire and her ambition about the game and her love for it. It's truly genuine. And so she loves the game, and she just wants us to have the same kind of year she had. And what her coach gave for her, she wants to give to us, and even better.
Softball has gone from being the sport Anna excelled to becoming her profession.
This is my niche. This is where I feel comfortable. This is where, you know, in anything that you do as a professional, you want to feel confidence and you want to feel like you're making a difference. And this is the one place that I can say throughout my whole life that I have felt that confidence, that softball has been there for me, you know, when I needed it the most. And it's the one thing that has allowed me to be able to define who I am.
Anna Ball feels she has found her calling and believes Southern Wesleyan's strong values, the competitiveness of the SSAC, and the opportunities the NAIA gives to student athletes is a perfect combination.
I'm 12 hours away from home. I don't know anybody. You know, I'm here by myself. I have a puppy, but that's about it. And I have to have some form of community, and I have to feel somewhat at home. And I wouldn't have made that transition had I felt otherwise about the SWU campus when I came down here on my interview. Pretty much everybody will tell you SWU kind of calls to you, and you have to answer that calling.
For the Southern State Showcase, I'm John Wilkerson.
Thank you, John, for that great story on Anna.
And we will continue to have more stories from John Wilkerson as the spring semester continues. That is it for the B. We come back for the C block. We will let you know what makes Lee University the special part of the Southern States Athletic Conference that it is. The showcase continues after this.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at NAIA.org.
From Little League to the big leagues, Musco specializes in sports lighting around the world. Musco's light structure green sports lighting cuts operating costs in half with less energy use, cuts spill light by half, provides guaranteed constant light levels, and includes a 25-year warranty. For your budget, for the environment, Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
How do students decide which college or university to attend? Of course, it's based on your reputation, but their first impression of your campus is so important. How do you make that first impression count? by making sure every detail is attended to, with manicured grounds, immaculate maintained buildings, and a welcoming feeling throughout campus. National Management Resources Corporation provides exceptional facilities management services. We make sure that first impression is picture perfect.
The number one can make or break a great game. One hit.
And it's going back. It is out of here.
One goal. One shot. 1 second. When it comes to technology solutions, excellence is defined by one. One Path, competitively connected. One Path is proud to be the sponsor of excellence for the Southern States Athletic Conference.
On the Mississippi Gulf Coast, the fish are still biting. Our casinos are as exciting as ever, with 24-hour gaming and top-name entertainment. Our golf courses are open for play, and our seafood is as fresh as ever. There's plenty of fun for you and your family, and we welcome you with open arms. The Mississippi Gulf Coast, open for business, open for you. Book your visit today.
If you're a fan of the Southern States Athletic Conference, then bookmark SSACsports.com. Visit daily for the latest results, news, standings, and webcasts. Follow your favorite teams and conference at SSACsports.com.
Welcome back to the showcase. 2 blocks down. Moving on to the C block, we have a little women's basketball going on right behind us. And now it's time to take a closer look at this beautiful university.
Here at Paul Dana Walker Court and Paul Dana Walker Arena, we start off by catching up with Dr. Paul Kahn to find out what makes Lee University the integral part of the SSAC that it is.
Lee University is the best place on the planet in combining the qualities of the small residential college with the excitement and the range and the breadth of a university. And we're not a university in name only, but we're a small university that has that big dreams and a big heart. There's not a better place in the world to spend your college life than right here.
Under Dr. Kahn, the school has seen consistent growth, more than tripling its initial numbers he had when he started as president 25 years ago, from just over 1,200 to more than 4,400 now. And for Kahn, who was a psychology professor for 15 years before his ascendancy, it's a special sense of pride to see where the school has gone from to where it currently is.
I can remember what it was like. I just had someone in my office this morning who said, from Mississippi, who said, I actually came up and took a look at Lee in 1980, but he said there was just nothing here, and he went to school in Mississippi instead. Well, I like hearing those stories, actually, because I remember those days. And we've gone from being kind of a scruffy little campus that we had to apologize for over these 25 years. We've gone from that to being a campus that's a real asset, and instead of our physical facilities being a negative, they've become a big positive.
But for Kahn and Lee, growth is only part of the process. It's about making the impact in the community, not just the school's home of Cleveland, but globally. And there's also the growth of the individual and having them know what's in store for them as they gain a degree and what's in store after the degree is gained.
We had students in 33 different countries in the last 2 years and all kinds of programs. We weave it into everything. So our athletic teams travel internationally. Well, that's a combination, fun, recruiting, and intercultural experience. So when your baseball team does a trip to Cuba every few years, and your women's soccer team have been to Italy for a 10-day trip, and Ireland and the UK, and they work out or play against teams. Our volleyball team just got back from Israel, where they played with the Israeli national team in some camps and so on. All of our athletic teams travel internationally.
The school has received recognition consistently as a top-tier school from U.S. News & World Report. To go along with that, the 94-year-old institution is one of the top 100 Southern schools in the Princeton Review, one of the top 100 top college buys, third in the Open Doors 2006 release for top baccalaureate institutions, and also ranked among the top 100 in the country by the Corporation for National and Community Service. The Flames' honor roll distinction pairs them with the likes of Duke and Stanford, and it's the service dynamic that is another source of pride for the school, whether it's academics or athletics, that's making that stride.
It's very unusual for a school to add a graduation requirement. You don't do that very often, and you certainly don't do that lightly. So we have between 850 graduates last year. Every one of those graduates that walked across the stage had completed this 4-year program of community service, supervised community service. That's quite a commitment. And so that's how strongly we feel about it. When our freshman class comes in for student orientation, before they ever sign up for a course, much less go to class for the first day, we have what we call DEEC Day. That's short for a Greek word meaning to serve. And they go out and serve, have a day of service before they ever start. And we do that to try to make the point that a part of your life as a student at Lee is going to be service. Now you can do it with a servant's heart, or you can do it just to check it off the list. But we are going to require you to do it.
Core values, you're looking for kids that have certain attributes, and so when you can find those kids that are good athletes, naturally it's going to make you a better coach because you don't have to worry so much about the off the court or off the field stuff. Most of those kids are going to be good students, they're going to study, they're going to come in, and so yeah, we do look for a certain type of kid, and hopefully even with those that we'll try to make a difference. And I was talking to one of my coaches today about a young lady that transferred in, and she's had a remarkable career here at Lee. She was 2-time All-American, but she said that she was glad she transferred, that this was where she needed to be, and that she was not sorry that she left the other schools. So that's what it's all about for a coach. When you have a player that finishes a career that will say something like that, then that means we're doing something right.
Athletics is a source of pride for both A.D. Carpenter and Dr. Kahn, and both are making sure that the program has the tools to move forward as the school continues to grow long-term. Whether it's the nationally ranked women's basketball squad, the national champs soccer squad, or the other 14 teams that compete, the school makes sure the opposition knows they're playing with fire.
We've been very intentional the last few hires of probably 50% of what we're looking for is their coaching abilities. You know, we feel like they need to be good at X's and O's, but the other 50% is do they understand what Lee's about? Do they buy into our mission? Do we feel like they're going to be a good fit for us? And since we've been looking at it that way, it's you know, they come here, they do a great job, they work real hard, and once you start having some success, it's a little bit easier to recruit, you know, better athletes, and so it's the coaches. They get along great. They're not jealous of each other, but they push each other. You know, everybody wants to be a Matt Yeldon. He's won 4 national championships, and they want to win 1. So it's healthy, but yeah, we've been blessed with a lot of good teams.
And as part of that other 14 teams, there's even a new program on campus that's making its own early statement.
This is a 4th-year program. Last year, in the 3rd year, they finished 10th in the nation at the national tournament, but they had a team GPA of a 3.86, which of over 900 teams in the NAI, that was the highest of all 900 teams. And in women's golf, from Division I all the way down to junior college, it was the top GPA in the country. This fall, that same team had a team GPA of 3.97. We had 1 girl make 1B. So I want to brag about them a little bit. That's when you can be ranked that high and finish that well in a tournament and have that type of team GPA, that's phenomenal.
So Nicole, that is part of the reason why we're here in Cleveland, Tennessee. A lot of growth in the last quarter century here on campus. When we come back, Nicole's going to let you know what happens on next week's show. But before we go to break, it's the Players of the Week.
The Players of the Week at the conference level, the week of January 16th, are as follows. In men's basketball, Loyola's Corey Gray led the Wolfpack on a 24-7 run, scoring 12 of his game-high 33 points in the final 7 minutes of a victory against the University of New Orleans. In women's basketball, Loyola's Kiva Council led everyone in scoring in wins over the University of New Orleans, Bruton Parker, and Southern Poly. Her 41 against Bruton Parker marked her second 40-plus game this season, and her 25 against Southern Poly put her over the 1,500-point mark for her career.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. the desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Get in the game at playnaia.org.
From Little League to the big leagues, Musco specializes in sports lighting around the world. Musco's light structure green sports lighting cuts operating costs in half with less energy use. Cuts spill light by half, provides guaranteed constant light levels, and includes a 25-year warranty. For your budget, for the environment, Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
How do students decide which college or university to attend? Of course, it's based on your reputation, but their first impression of your campus is so important. How do you make that first impression count? By making sure every detail is attended to, with manicured grounds, immaculate maintained buildings, and a welcoming feeling throughout campus. National Management Resources Corporation provides exceptional facilities management services. We make sure that first impression is picture perfect.
On the Mississippi Gulf Coast, the fish are still biting. Our casinos are as exciting as ever, with 24-hour gaming and top-name entertainment. Our golf courses are open for play, and our seafood is as fresh as ever. There's plenty of fun for you and your family, and we welcome you with open arms. The Mississippi Gulf Coast, open for business, open for you. Book your visit today.
You just caught a glimpse of the national rankings. Nicole, men's basketball, Shorty University's men's team off to their best start in school history. Time to put a bow on the show. Where are we heading next week?
Next week we're headed to Montgomery, Alabama to take a closer look at Faulkner University, and believe it or not, we're headed right back here to Lee University to take a closer look at soccer star Jamie Acton. So we got a fun-filled show coming up.
No doubt about it. One of the true stars in the NAIA. That is it for show 1 of the spring semester of the Southern State Showcase. We will catch up with you next week. For Nicole, I am John, saying play it safe, everybody. We'll see you next time.
On the Mississippi Gulf Coast, the fish are still biting. Our casinos are as exciting as ever, with 24-hour gaming and top-name entertainment. Our golf courses are open for play, and our seafood is as fresh as ever. There's plenty of fun for you and your family, and we welcome you with open arms. The Mississippi Gulf Coast, open for business, open for you. Book your visit today.
From Little League to the big leagues, Musco specializes in sports lighting around the world. Musco's light structure green sports lighting cuts operating costs in half with less energy use. Cuts spill light by half, provides guaranteed constant light levels, and includes a 25-year warranty. For your budget, for the environment, Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
How do students decide which college or university to attend? Of course, it's based on your reputation, but their first impression of your campus is so important. How do you make that first impression count? By making sure every detail is attended to, with manicured grounds, immaculate maintained buildings, and a welcoming feeling throughout campus. National Management Resources Corporation provides exceptional facilities management services. We make sure that first impression is picture perfect.
At a time when sports are heading in the wrong direction, The NAIA is changing the culture of sport. Through the Champions of Character program, with the support of Buffalo Funds, our college students are learning character traits that change behaviors, and they're bringing the message to coaches, parents, and teams nationwide. Visit NAIA.org and learn how your team can become champions of character.